What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be trying to help you guys boost some power out of these 5.0s. Let's get it. So guys, in today's video, I've been getting a lot of comments here lately about, you know, what and all is done to my engine. What did I do to build it to make the horsepower it made, and also, you know, the parts I used and what I used. Pretty much that's what this video is going to be about today. So yes, guys, we're unfortunately going to be leaving out the 4.6 cars today and just primarily dealing with the 5.0 engines. But be sure to watch the video anyway. It'll be a good one. Also, guys, don't pay attention to the mess in here. We got a bunch of cars in here. It's just Monday, but golly, we got a bunch in here. We got this Infiniti. We got this Chevy truck that we've been doing some work on, this Ford Focus that is literally rusted out. Check this out, watch this right here. I'm gonna say that'll, you know, a couple of zip ties, some duct tape, should be just fine. Literally, this thing is so rusty that the K-member where everything bolts up, you know, as far as the suspension, engine mounts and everything is all rotted out. Like it's gone. You know what? Hang on one second, I'll show you guys. All right, so you guys see this right here? Okay, so well, you see right there where the control arm's broken in half, is rusted through right there. You know, it used to be connected to there, but it got a little tired and just decided to not be connected anymore. And then this, gosh, look at this, guys. It's all rotted out. Like, I'm surprised this side is even holding in. There's nothing holding it in right here. It's just the very, very top. I have no idea how that's still holding in there. And then the back, of course, gosh, this thing's just so bad. The bolt holes where the actual K-member is bolted in is pretty much about to rot through. And it's not much better over here. It's really, really thin, like I can just poke my finger through it. But yeah, guys, thought you might like to see some carnage. This looks pretty rough. The guy that owns the car was like, hey, can we not just put a control arm on it? I was like, dude, I'm surprised it drove the 100 miles you've had it so far. Anyways, guys, let's hop on into the video, get the hood popped on the old girl here, and we'll start talking about some stuff I've got done to her. Alright, so most of the subscribers that's been around for a while know pretty much what's done to the car. So this video is pretty much for the new subscribers and new people coming the Rona. So this video is pretty much for the new subscribers and new people to the channel. And yes, guys, new people, new to the channel, whatever. This car is carb swapped, and I've said the reason why I've done this in many other videos. So if you want to go back, check other videos out, please be my guest, give me some more views. I'd really appreciate it. So I recently went and had the car dynoed, and the car made 326, 324 to the wheels. And if you guys would like to see that video, I'll definitely link a card up here at the top. I was very happy with those numbers considering the camshaft I have in the car, which is very small. It is a letter cam, actually. So yeah, I have calculated the drivetrain loss from, you know, 326 to the wheels calculates to about 380 to 390 horsepower at the crankshaft. So today we're going to be trying to help you guys get some more power out of these old 5.0s and telling you the parts I used to get where I'm at. First things first, like I told you guys earlier just a second ago in the video, I am carb swapped, which is going to help a little bit, but EFI stuff should make about the same power as carbureted. So with the current setup I have, guys, I do have a Demon 650 carb, a Edelbrock Performer RPM intake. It is a dual plane intake. It is not an air gap or anything like that. I also have TrickFlow 11R cylinder heads, which are 56cc combustion chamber. They have 190 CFM intake runners and 66 or 68 CFM exhaust runners. And the valves in the heads are 205 and 196. And the camshaft, guys, this is where I'm actually really surprised that this camshaft made this much power. But it is because the heads are just that good. I'm running an E303 cam, which is a basic letter cam, and most people hate the letter cams. They give them a really hard time, and I can agree with that a little bit because there is a lot better stuff out there for these engines. You have so many different choices for camshafts for these engines nowadays. You can get any custom grind cam you want from Anderson, or there's a bunch of other people that do them too, but off-the-shelf cams as far as Comp Cam, Lanati Cam, Ford Performance, and the list goes on and on. But yes, guys, this one is a E303 cam, and since I do have the TrickFlow heads, guys, I did have to get longer push rods because of the head design. It just needs longer push rods. I think I have a 6.72 push rod in this, and they are solid one-piece chromoly push rods. Also, I'm running TrickFlow 1.6 roller rockers, shorty headers to a BBK X pipe, and a Pipes Pipe Bomb catback exhaust. Speaking of the catback exhaust, guys, did you hear that thing when I pulled in here? She sounds good, don't she? Oh yeah. And of course, to keep this thing cool, I do have a SVE radiator and radiator fan from LMR. It's just a factory style fan, but I got it as a combo deal from LMR, and I've been really happy with that radiator. Loads better than the one I got off eBay. And guys, these heads do come CNC ported from the distributor. Everything on them CNC'd. The combustion chamber, the intake runners, exhaust runners, the decking and everything is all CNC'd stuff, so it's really good stuff, really good. And in my opinion, guys, as far as the heads go for these 5.0 motors, the best ones that are out there to me is gonna be AFR or trick flow. And the reason why I say that, guys, is I've done a lot of research, and even before I got these heads, it was either gonna be between AFRs or the trick flows, and I ended up going with the trick flows, and I'm super happy with it. But as far as I've seen on dyno numbers and anything like that, the AFRs and the trick flows have the most performance gain. Now the Edelbrock heads are good too, but they don't seem to perform as good as the AFRs or the trick flows. Now don't get me wrong, guys, yes, the trick flows and the AFRs are very expensive. I paid $1,800 just for my heads. But they did come complete. They came with 600 lift valve springs, which is good for a camshaft up to 600 lift, which is a really good valve spring. I haven't had any issues with valve train geometry or anything like that, or valve float. I've turned this engine every bit of 72, 7300. Never had any valve float issues or anything like that. And on to the bottom end, guys. The bottom end of this thing is a bone stock bottom end. I actually got it out of a junk Mustang that was at the junkyard. It had been in a wreck. And this engine now probably has about 168,000 miles on it. And to me, that's crazy that this thing has that many miles. It still holds together just fine like it has been. You know, knock on wood that nothing happens. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far the engine's been performing really good. The bottom end still sounds great. No weird noises or anything. And as many of you guys may know, these things from the factory, even though they felt pretty good, these things were dogs. They were not fast at all. They had 210 horsepower, I believe. Back then in 95, that was okay. But today's standards, 210 horsepower stock, that's pitiful. So adding that extra horsepower to this thing changed the driving experience so much. It is so much more fun to drive. Every time I get in this thing, I just got this big humongous smile on my face, just because it's got the power, it looks decent, it's got great sounding exhaust, and you know, I'm just overall very happy with my car. But still, it's a project car, and you always got to change some stuff. And there's some changes coming soon, so you guys be sure to stay tuned and see what we have in store for the old Mustang here. And like I said earlier, if you do the carbureted swap, and you do the exact parts I have, you should be all over that 380 horsepower range at the crank, which in these cars is just really fun. That's a fun daily driver horsepower, it really is. And of course, if you guys keep the EFI on these things, it should still make the same exact power, if not really close, maybe even a little more, depending on what intake setup you guys go with. Now, if you go with stock, it's probably not gonna make quite as much as what this makes. But if you guys do a good trick flow intake, upper and lower, you know, it should perform just as good as this. Also guys, if you do keep the injection on these things, the fuel injection, and you want that 380 to 400 horsepower at the crank power, you're definitely gonna have to upgrade the injection system and the fuel pumps on these things. Now I didn't have to on this because I'm only running 7 pounds of fuel pressure. But if you want those kind of numbers for a fuel injected setup, I'd probably go with a 40 pound per hour injector or something like that. You know, a 240, 320 liter per hour fuel pump. That way you got plenty of fuel and you don't have to worry about leaning it out, and you also don't have to worry about only running a certain amount of power, because if you can only run so much fuel, well, you're only going to get so much power, you know what I'm saying? But guys, I really hope this video helps you out and leads you in the right direction on what you want to do for your 5.0 liter 1994, 1995 Mustang, even Fox bodies, anything with a 5.0. And that's a pushrod 5.0. Not a Coyote. But that is gonna do it for me, guys. I really appreciate all you guys who have been watching and supporting the channel. It definitely means a lot to me, and the support's, you know, going up. We're definitely growing subscribers each month, each week, and I'm just really excited to see where this channel goes. But guys, that is gonna do it for me, and until next time, we'll see you later.